So I'd like to say a big thank you to John Patel for inviting us to your lovely home here in Swindon and giving me the opportunity to learn a little bit more about you. Hi, John.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Let's start sort of right from the beginning. Tell me, where are you from? Where were you born?
I was born in a place called Baroda, which is now known as Vadodara, in Gujarat, in India. And I grew up there up to the age of 10. At the age of 10, I went to Africa to a place called Rhodesia and Nassau, the Federation of Rhodesia and Nassau. I did my schooling there from the age of 10 till 16.
What was the reason to move from India to East Africa?
My father was in Africa teaching, he was a teacher, and he'd gone there for work after the Second World War. So we were living in India, and where it was convenient for him, he got the rest of our family to Africa. So I had three brothers, we have four brothers all told, and a sister, and my mum. We went to join my dad in Africa.
And what were those years like growing up in East Africa?
Extremely happy. Like Mr. Sheikh has said, Kenya and Zambia, Malawi, Harare now, all these countries were God's own countries. You know, you lived a very happy life. We had everything we needed. The people were good. The ground was very fertile. Anything you wanted to grow grew very quickly. Extremely happy childhood.
What was the leadership in the country like at the time, as it was Rhodesia, as it was formerly known, now Zimbabwe?
Right. Since I was about 8, I wanted to join the Air Force. And when I went to Africa, I joined the Air Cadets. And I had actually applied for a commission in the Royal Rhodesian Air Force, as it was in those days. And then UDI happened. Ian Smith decided it was for white people only. So he did a unitary declaration of independence from Britain and took over the country. So my dream of joining the Rhodesian Air Force died because he only wanted white people there. And the air attaché there at that time said to me, John, why don't you go to Britain and join the Royal Air Force rather than Rhodesian Air Force? So he organized it all for me, and I landed here on the 20th of June, 1966 at midnight. 8 o'clock in the morning, I was at the Aircrew Selection Center.
Wow.
And people there asked me, how long have you been in Britain? I said, 8 hours.
8 hours, and you were straight there. And what was that experience like, coming from Rhodesia into the UK?
Daunting. I was 17 years old. I'd never been abroad other than India. And to come to Britain and to join the Royal Air Force, the competition is fierce. We started off with 400 candidates on Monday morning. Every half an hour, you did a test, and whoever failed the test was sent back home. 400 people. By the time we got to Friday lunchtime, there were 6 of us left.
Fantastic.
Out of the 6 of us, 2 of us were offered a job.
Okay.
When I went to aircrew training, again, 200 people started. 3 years later, 3 of us were left. So you can guess the amount of competition, the amount of hard work you have to do. Every Friday during aircrew training was what they call a chop day. And every Friday you had a flying lesson where you were tested. Unless you got 80% or above in that test, you were sent home. It's called RTU, Return to Unit.
Return to
And
Unit. Okay.
that was the end of your career. And every Friday for 3 years, You have to face this. And when you actually manage to get through flying training and join a squadron, it was a big achievement. That's when they give you the wings, and that's a big ceremony. You know, actually earning your wings.
Yeah.
When I joined, I was actually the only non-white person in the aircrew selection center. There was nobody else there, and all these white people thought, "You haven't got a chance. You know, we are much better than you, etc." And you have to fight prejudice. In 1966, there was a lot of prejudice here. And to fight through that, keep your composure and just do your best and achieve more than the white people could offer was a big deal. And when I actually got offered a commission, I was the only non-white person in the whole of the flying training program. Other people joined afterwards, but at that time I was the only one, 1966. And when I got my wings, I couldn't believe it.